Howdy folks, today I'm going to empty my compost toilet and I'd like to have you along for the ride. I've got in here, additionally, I'll pause right quick to tell you, I've got a little bit of dill pickle juice in there, a tiny bit of albacore, tuna, whatever it's called. I just wanted to point out that that's where all of my black water goes as well. Whenever I make a deposit, I put my toilet paper in there on top of the poo, and this is a piece of kindling that I use exclusively to maneuver the toilet paper, and that stays on the bucket of human manure compost that has already aged. And I'm taking to repeating myself quite a bit. I think that I'm covering my human manure with aged human manure. So it's got eggshells in there, and I've been composting roadkill deer, so there'll be deer bones in there sometimes. And so I just cover everything. And that's what I do after every deposit. And I need 2 hands for this, and I don't have a way to hold my camera. But I have a little gap here. My bucket came with ropes, and I specifically bought this bucket because it had ropes, so it'd be easier to get out of there. But right now, the ropes broke, of course, so I stick my fingers down in these pockets here, and I'll be back with the video in a second. At the same time, I need to empty my piss jug, and I need to empty my piss jug about every other day, sometimes every day. And I need to empty my kitchen compost, which I do about 4 times. Every 4 days or so. Every 2 days, every 4 days, and every 10 days, 8 to 10 days. If it's just the piss jug, I empty it out here on this hillside where there was an excavation to cover the previous owner's dump, which was down here. And I want to rebuild that soil, and the urine will add fertility to that hillside. But I think it's important not to add urine without diluting it. I do not dilute it. I put it on the ground after it's rained. Today I'll be putting it into my compost. If I'm only emptying my piss jug and my kitchen compost, I carry it down the draw to the compost pile. And if I'm emptying my toilet, I use my pickup because the toilet is heavy. I store my compost in a 6-foot diameter stock tank. Metal roof on top. It's almost full right now. I've got some deer bones in there from composting everything. Then the kitchen compost first, so I can So I can empty the kitchen compost first. The vector attraction actually is from things like apple peelings. That's what the animals are going for, is my food, not the poop. I typically don't have animals going into my compost pile, but I do have this lid on it though, as you can see. And then I recommend having a roof on it like I have, or just a piece of fencing that dogs can't dig into the compost. So I have a 17-gallon muck bucket, pretty full this time, and I struggle a bit to empty it. And today I had an extra struggle from using a heavier soil instead of sawdust. But so I want to. It's getting kind of full. It's sticking up above to where it's gonna touch the roof. So I want to knock it down, but also I want to get all of this old kitchen compost and toilet paper covered. Certainly I'm willing to put my urine into that compost that I just showed you, but I have this older compost. I want to put the urine in here today, and that's because it's too dry. That's my old compost, and it didn't get enough water, so the bottom part of the compost was entirely weeds, except for what fell down through the weeds, and I didn't have enough water to add to it, so it was too dry to decompose. And then what I do with my aged compost, which was up to here originally, then it went down to here before I started shoveling it out. And I get my round point shovel and fill empty paint buckets with the aged human manure compost to reuse as cover material for my compost. So now that has some more nutrients and some more water, and it will continue to decompose, and I'll probably move it from that compost bin into that compost bin this spring. And mix in water if it looks dry, and mix in something that will numerous feedstocks that my red wrigglers will like to eat, and bacteria, fungi, whatever. I'm thinking one thing I can put in there is leaves and rotten pears from a pear packing facility. I like having my compost cover material in 5-gallon buckets during the winter, especially. I guess I have to do it all the time, but during the winter I need to be able to bring it into my house and to thaw it out, otherwise it'll be frozen solid and I won't have access to it. Bring it back in, put an inch of cover material on the kitchen compost, and the human manure bucket has sawdust in it, but the feces have not contacted the edge of the bucket. which I'll show you in a different video if I get to it. And that's because of well, no, I'm going to tell you now, I guess, since I started. That's going to be an inch at least of human manure compost, aged human manure compost on the bottom of the bucket. That way the feces don't touch the bucket, so I don't clean it. But now that I am making a video, if I did clean it, it would be with a paper towel, fold it in half, and just knock it down like that. That's about all I would do. Sweep the floor. Replace the empty buckets with full buckets. Full buckets of cover material, that is. And put the lid back on. And wash my hands, which I will need both hands to do. Wash my hands with paper towels. And I pour clean water onto the paper towel above the bucket. So if I do spill water, it doesn't go onto the floor. And when I wash my hands, I use quite a bit of friction against the paper towel, and be careful to wash my fingernails and in between my fingers, all around, for 30 seconds or whatever. So, and paper towels go into the toilet or the kitchen compost. I transport at low speeds. I hope other people will cover their compost if they're traveling at high speeds. That's it. Thanks for watching.